Hey guys, what is up? It is me, JMA Grenier, and today we are going to be doing my very first book review. So let's just start off with a disclaimer. I did not write this book. I do not own the rights to this book. All the rights actually belong to the author, the publisher, and the brand that the book is under. So, without further ado, the book that I will be reviewing is this one. Just put it right here. Frozen Heart by Elizabeth Rudnick. And it is actually Frozen by Disney. Now, I have seen the movie first off before I even read this book. Now, I'm one of those readers who has to read the book before they actually go to see the movie. But even though that I've watched the book beforehand, it actually kept me on my toes. It was carefully written, it was greatly written. Congratulations to Elizabeth Rudnick to making such a good book on a movie that, even though it was pretty much predictable, it was still tense in a lot of ways. So I would like to start off with a lot of the inner monologue. So the inner monologue was carefully written, as I've already said. It actually gives a whole new perspective of the characters in the book and gave me a whole new insight of what they were feeling in those moments. It gave a new level of desperation, even though a lot was happening in the movie itself. And although, like, with the POV characters, my only complaint is that Elsa, the Queen of Arendelle, did not get her own POV character chapters. Yeah, I know, right? I know. But I do feel like if she was given her own chapters, she would have been all that much more interesting, and the fact that we would have seen a whole other side of Elsa despite her Let It Go song, and especially in those moments of self-doubt, especially in that scene when she was in her ice castle going, don't feel, don't feel, don't feel. I feel like I was denied in seeing her self-doubt, seeing her anxiety, seeing all that teen angst that she felt in, especially in any of those moments. Sorry about that. If you happen to hear anything random, it's because this little guy right here. Say hi, Lunar. Hi! That's Lunar, my baby. But yeah, cute little babies aside, I do find it pretty disappointing that we didn't get to see her POV chapters, because kids nowadays, they have all these mental illnesses, and we were denied Elsa's teen angst. Like, the kids would have absolutely loved to have read those moments where Elsa was feeling all these things, like, you know, like, especially in those moments of, like, isolation and such. Like, she was just feeling so alone in those moments, and there was just nothing that she could have done. Granted, there was probably something she could have done, but we don't know, because no one had ice powers before that point. She was the only one that everyone ever knew of. And unfortunately, like I said, this is my only complaint, but we do get to see her through Anna's eyes, though. And Anna's another character that I've really liked to read about. From the very first page of the book to the very last page of the book, it was awesome to see her grow from this naive character who thought true love was the thing to understanding that true love really is just a act of self-sacrifice, an act of kindness. She didn't know what else it could have been, all because of those dang trolls. All because of those trolls. And she just turns into this strong, independent young woman by the end of the book who don't need no man to save her. Granted, she thought she did, but she actually ended up saving herself. And it's those moments where those girls who are, or anybody actually, who is like a hopeless romantic and such, it was a really important moment. It touched my heart when I read that moment as her eyes faded to black, in the moment that she just simply couldn't move. And it was just absolutely awesome to see, I gotta say. And honestly, like, she would have never have been able to discover any of this if it weren't for Hans of the Southern Isles, which is another character that I wanted to talk about. Now, holy cramoly, man, this guy's negative character arc in this book, granted, we see it kind of in the movie. Like, in the final act is all of a sudden, oh, if only there was someone in this world who loved you. No. This book takes it a step further. Turns out, Hans has had this idea of taking over Arendelle before he even got to the shores of Arendelle. Yeah, and his negative character arc, he went from like this gentleman who was just there to see if he can get married to one of the princesses, or actually no, to see if he can get married to the Queen of Arendelle, the queen being Elsa. And then when he saw that there was nothing going to happen, he was like, oh, okay, you know what, maybe Anna might end up being the next great candidate. And it turns out, as we all saw, she was. And as with every single chapter that I saw, his inner monologue, you guys, it just kept getting darker and darker and darker, and holy cramoly, you guys. Wow. It was, on a certain level, it did actually get a little bit disturbing. Before he even decided to kill Elsa, before he even decided to see if he can kill Anna, before any of those events, his brainwaves was just leaking off of the page, leaking out of the book after I read it, and it was disturbing, to say the least. Like, who knows what could go on in that handsome face of a neighbor that you guys have, in that pretty face that your girlfriend might have. Who knows what is going on behind their eyes. And I gotta say that this book actually pretty well nails it to a T. And oh my goodness, I really like this book personally. But like I said, my only complaint is that I do wish we could have seen some of Elsa's self-doubt, some of Elsa's POV chapters. The two characters that we do get to see, and unfortunately no, Kristoff is not one of them, is Hans of the Southern Isles and Anna of Arendelle. And I gotta say, like, other than like the fact that like we didn't get to see Elsa's self-doubt, it was pretty well executed actually. But as for the book as a whole, it was carefully written, and even though it was predictable, it was a page turner, you guys. It was a definite page turner, and I really liked it a heck of a lot. I would never hype up actually no, because I love books, I'll probably end up hyping up all books in my book reviews. But I also don't like giving bad reviews on books because, well, that costs the writer their reputation, unless of course like they like let themselves out of the bag of racism and stuff like that. That's when it's just like, okay, no, that's unacceptable. Go somewhere where no one knows your name. Although that's going to be next to impossible. Or go under a new pen name and have facial surgery or whatever. Good luck with your life. Hopefully you learn a lesson from your blatant racism. But I'm just saying. But as for this book overall, like I said, it was carefully written. It was a definite page turner. And it was pretty tense, especially with Hans's chapters. They're all pretty tense to read, just because I could just feel the creepiness oozing off of the pages. And it kept me overall on my toes. And like, it was relatable, it was dorky, it was cute, and I recommend this book to anybody who just needs a simple read, just like something to just like pass the time, or like if they just want something cute and relatable and adorable in any way, or like if they just want that awesome dose of Olaf, who by the way is in here, you guys. The way Elizabeth Rudnick describes him is so cute. All in all though, like, I was going to do a excerpt read, but I don't know, like my camera has been acting a little funny lately, so I don't even know if I can even do that. But leave a thumbs up actually if you want me to eventually do a excerpt read or a chapter read on this book, and I will do that. You guys know I read stuff on my channel. I will do it, probably not right away, but I'll eventually get it done. I was gonna donate this book to someone who really needs it, but I may end up needing it for just a little while longer. So that is this channel's very first book review. If you want more of my content, hit the like and subscribe button and ring the little bell to get updated about when I upload new videos. And we'll see how this video does, because I do want to leave book reviews on my channels, and we'll definitely see how everything goes. We gotta see. We'll see how this camera is acting up, but so far it has not acted up yet. Cross our fingers. And that's all I have today, guys. Have yourselves a good day. Stay awesome. Stay safe. And this is your weekly reminder to love yourself. I don't know what that was, but I'll look for that. This is your weekly reminder to love yourself and just have fun and stay safe. Bye, guys.